Huh? Is someone singing? What do you mean, singing? I don't know. Faintly from the other end of the phone, I can hear someone singing. I wonder what it could be. Give it here for a sec. Hello? I half forced the receiver from the son Aunt Natsui's hand and pressed it against my ear. At first I didn't hear anything. But, because I'd been told about it beforehand, I noticed. Not in a quiet voice, but rather far away from the receiver. I could hear a girl singing a song. The voice sort of sounded like Maria's. That just made the situation even more inexplicable. At the very least, the one who made the phone call hadn't been Maria. After all, Maria was singing some song far away from the receiver. In that case, the one who made the phone call should be Genji-san, Kumasawa-san, or Dr. Danjo. And yet, they weren't saying anything. Why? For what reason? Who was the person that made this phone call?
Oi!
Hey! Hello? Who is it? Answer me! Is that Maria singing? Answer me! What's going on? What is it? I don't know. All I can say is this is probably a trap, and Maria's in trouble. And now she took the receiver again, but after calling it into it several more times, she realized she wasn't getting anywhere and hung up. She then dialed quickly and clucked her tongue. Oh right, if the phones are back, we should be able to reach the police. Judging my reaction, the outside line still wouldn't connect. Let's go! We know it might be a trap. We have to go! Yeah, absolutely! Just go, and Natsui, stay here! I can't try to dress out, and Natsui, stop us. Wait just a minute. You cannot need to go alone. I will go too. Jessica, you wait here. And you have only one left out? Not a chance. I'm coming too. Yeah, it might be better that way. To go with the phone call would split us up further, it would be a good idea to leave someone to watch this room. There's no time to argue. Let's all go! Natsui raised the rifle high and took the lead. I need a weapon myself as well. Found a three-pronged candelabra, which looked like it could be used for some strange ritual, and armed myself with it. With the spikes that had to fit the candles on, although they were short, it was almost like a three-pronged spear. The four of us left the study. We left the study, which should have been the safest place inside the mansion. So we had been lured out, despite the fact that we had barricaded ourselves in a locked room. And perhaps we were even repeating exactly the same series of events that led to grandfather's disappearing from there. Maria! Where are you? Answer me! I listened closely, but I didn't hear anything. The mansion was vast, and the sound of the rain even noisier than before, as if the passing typhoon was making its last stand. Maria-chan said she wanted to watch the TV in the parlor, right? Let's try going downstairs. Yes. Good idea. Everyone be mindful of your surroundings.
What?
Yeah! Without Natsuki in the center, her rifle ready and her finger on the trigger, we moved into a group, our backs together, checking our surroundings in all directions. As though the power of the magic circle designed to spread discord had brought it all into being. We had split up, and furthermore, had been dragged into dangerous territory. In other words, even now in this very moment, we were doing just what the culprit wanted us to do. This was now a strange space where it wouldn't be odd for anything to suddenly occur. And Natsuki nervously pointed the barrel gun at every dark spot and shadow. It felt like the motion was out of fear rather than caution. The rifle she held in her hand would surely also be a trump card that the killer was afraid of. Unless the killer also has a gun. You know, I've been thinking, wouldn't it be impossible to stick one of those ice picks in someone's chest, like in Kanakun's chase? But splaying the skull and sticking them into the forehead, that was my parents. Wouldn't it be that easy? Think Albert has some kind of animal strength? Probably had some kind of weapon, device that can shoot or pound those ice picks. That would be really scary, actually. Crossbows are fucking scary. That handle was too short to be driven in that deeply by human strength alone. Whatever the case, they have enough force to break through his skull. It seems like Ken's wounds even reach his lungs. When you see your opponent, do not step out in front. You must not move away from my back. Just how sinister and frightening was this weapon that could shoot those creep ice picks. And can I do anything in combat with just this candlestick in my hand? The first murder, the culprit probably assaulted 4 of our parents at once as they discussed the inheritance problem in the dining hall. And we also had 4 people. Apparently I wasn't the only one thinking this. George Anaki, Jessica, and of course Aunt Natsui were stretching senses to their utmost. In the highest and worst state of tension, slowly advancing one step then another. Ah, what sinful people we are. A world as terrifying this, and we push Maria and the rest right into the middle of it, just because the seeds of doubt spread by that single letter. Finally, he reached the first floor. The parlor was just across the hall. When we listen carefully, you could hear it faintly. Maria's eerie singing voice. She wasn't singing naturally, as though she were in a good mood. She was singing mechanically, as if she was in music class in school and had been ordered to sing. As long as she was, there's a common folk song, one that everyone probably sung in school at one time or another. Why, in the middle of the night alone, with our heart, over and over, why? We had just left the study, we had called out in loud voices, asking Maria where she was. This time, no one said even a single word. We hid our breath and sounded our footsteps, hiding all of our senses and examined everywhere around us to a neurotic degree, as we advanced each step. The door to the parlor was closed, but we could hear Maria's singing voice coming through. Aunt Natsui put her hand on the handle of the doorknob. George Anaki stopped her. Ah, George, fuck you! I'll open the door. And Natsui found the gun. Ready your weapons. All right. Be careful. He might attack as soon as we open it. George-an! Nissan, watch out for yourself. Sure. Okay. Here we go. He tried to open it, but believe the hard resistance of the lock. And Austin took a bundle of keys from her pocket and gave them to George. There were about 10 keys, and none of us had which clue was which. Because of this, George had to fumble around loudly and test several of the keys. Since we had hit in our footsteps, bringing Ricky's surprise attack in the room, this felt almost fatal. The whole time we could hear Maria's voice in the parlor, singing the same song over and over again. It was like a broken, crazy cassette tape. In the morning, we had been in that room the whole time. All the frightening things that occurred outside that room. So we convinced ourselves that even if nowhere else could be trusted, that room alone was safe. That basic impression was quickly falling apart.
開いた。
It unlocked.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
ジョージ君とジェ
George
シカ
kun,
は後ろに
Jessica,
下がって。
move behind me.
おばさん、
Auntie,
一気に飛び
let's all jump into one so we
左右
split up in
分か
different directions.
扉を開けてボサッとしてたら
Just stand, if we just stand around the opening of these doors, so the ice picks might fly right through the center.
承知しています。
I'm well aware.
いいですか？
Ready?
やっぱ嫌だ。
Actually, I kind of wish I could call it
言いてえな
quits. I rated myself. They're going through all ice picks me? We'll see how they like my candlestick.
行きます。
Go! And not saying I rammed through the doors, we flew into the parlor. Quickly splitting up left and right and searching the parlor for someone who might be waiting for us. But what our eyes laid upon was an altogether outlandish scene. The parlor was stained with blood. This place where we had spent almost the entire day, we had pressed together to break ourselves some unknown malice, had become stained with fresh blood, had become an ocean of blood. On the floor lay Genji-san, Kumasawa-san, and Dr. Nanjo, their bodies stained bright red with blood. But the only way we could get rid of them was by their clothes. That was because... that's right, this was how this whole tragedy started. Their faces were all smashed up like Dad and the others in the storehouse. Couldn't even tell where the eyes and nose were. It was like someone had vulgarly gobbled apart a tomato pot stew wrapped in a pie crust, all gobbly and slow. Ah! That wasn't all. Their bodies had other wounds. They were those demons' ice picks. They were in Genji-san's stomach, their Nanju's thigh. No, his knee? Yeah, it would be his knee. In the epitaph, the 6th twilight was the stomach. And on the 7th twilight, it said gouge the knee. So after seeing one of them stuck near Kumasawa-chan's calf, I couldn't help but masochistically laughing. Yeah, of course it would be. On the 6th twilight, gouge the stomach and kill. On the 7th twilight, gouge the knee and kill. On the 8th twilight, gouge the leg and kill. Now even the 8th twilight is over. The next one, the 9th twilight. What was it again? Maria was there. Just fixing the firewall, standing stock still completely alone. Facing away from this harbor scene, standing in front of the wall, singing her song over and over. There was no one else in the room. It was the corpse of the 3 who had been brutally killed, and the receiver still off its hook, showing that it had been this room that the call had come from. Just that, and Maria, her back to the scene, facing the wall, she kept on singing. I couldn't even scream at this bizarre scene. You only stare shocked, our mouths hanging loosely open. Maria? As I called out to her, Maria showed no reaction. Alone, she kept singing on and on. We had come trying to save Maria from some approaching danger. So now that we had found her, we should have been running up to her, hugging her, joyous that she was safe. And not one of us could do that. Everyone thought it, but they couldn't say it. After all, because that's right, it's crazy yet, but no, it couldn't be! Maria? Stop singing! Are you listening? At some point, Natsuko and I pointed our weapons at Maria's back. I yelled at Maria in a violent voice, but there was no reaction. She just kept singing. With the candlestick still ready, I ran up to her, forcefully, violently slammed my head down on her shoulder. Then I pulled on her shoulder, forcing her to turn around. Maria's small body was quickly pulled down and fell. And, as though unhappy about how her singing had been interrupted, she looked in my face with her usual expression. Even in this gruesome situation, she was just like normal. Maria, what the hell is this? Who did this? Dumbasses. Beatrice. Enough of that fucking bullshit! I threw the candlestick I'd been holding against the wall. The violence of that reckless sound should have gone straight into Maria's heart, but her expression didn't change at all. Stop! Maria-chan, this time you should have seen the face of the criminal who killed these 3. Was the culprit the same Beatrice who gave you the letter? Ew! Beatrice! Well, now that we know for sure. There is an ID person. Beatrice does exist. Then Maria? I'm sure you'll tell me this at least, right? How do they kill these three people? What the hell do they do to them to kill them in such a brutal way? Don't know. How could you not know? It happened in this room! You trying to tell me you were so focused on singing that song you didn't even notice? Calm down, Battle-kun. Maria-chan? Let's you and me have a chat. Okay. George Aniki, as always, did crouch down next to Maria so their eyes met and talked to her very kindly. Maria-chan, could you tell me why you were facing the wall singing that song? You just said to face the wall and keep singing for a long time. So, Beatrice came here then? George Aniki and the rest were still alive at that point, right? We all came in farther together and sat down. Genji-san made sure to lock the door. It was locked when we got here, but then how did Beatrice get into the parlor? But Beatrice is a witch, so locks don't matter. She turned into butterflies and came in through the crack in the door. Huh? Give it a rest with her goddamn jokes! Like how that happened? What are you going on about? You can't believe it? That's why I didn't want to say. Even if I tell you, you don't believe. But Beatrice is a witch. She can do anything with her strange magic. That's why Beatrice doesn't care whether their door is locked or not. And then, after Beatrice appeared, what happened to everyone? Beatrice talked to us. She said grandfather's study was protected by power of force, and she couldn't connect no matter what she did. So she told us she selected 3 secretaries and 4 people in the parlor. They all begged her not to. Kumasawa-san kept saying, please, please don't. But Beatrice chose. And when she did, she said I would be fine. Why do you think? She's like the screaming charm of the 5th magic circle of Mars, upon which Ballard prayed for my safety, which he put his feelings into. Because of that power, Beatrice couldn't do anything to me and be alone. So she don't use the other 3 for the sacrifices. And then she said this to me. Come. Face the wall and sing a song for me. You will sing lots and lots of songs no matter what happens. No matter what you hear, you won't hear, you won't hear, you won't know. Come, let me hear many fun songs. So I sing the whole time. Over and over. So I didn't hear anything. Didn't know anything. And then all of you came. You expect me to believe that crap? Don't take me for a moron! Then who will you suspect this time? Suspect me? Try killing me right here? If you do that, Beatrice won't stop existing. Now the 8th twilight's over, and Beatrice will revive. No, she fucking won't! I'm done with her shit. I've enough to last me a lifetime.
魔女なんていう
There's no such thing as witches. That crap won't work on me.
俺は認めねえぞ
I won't accept it. Beatrice does not exist.
絶対
I'll
に俺
never
は
accept
認め
that she
ね
does.
えだから存
So
在
I
なん
won't
か
let her
させ
exist.
ね
I
え
won't let her
させね
revive.
伝説
The legend's a legend. That's all it's ever going to be.
この俺がそんな
I'll
ことを
accept something like
認めね
that.
よせよバトラー
Tyler, stop!
マリアが殺
It's only going to kill them or let them
したわけ
die.
でもない
Beatrice came and Maria to obey.
マリア
I'm able to
抵抗できず
resist.
従わざるを得なかっただけだぜ
あれ
Huh? Aunt
夏日
Natsui?
おばさんがいない
She isn't here. What? What? Mom? Where did she go?
さっき手紙を読みながら一人で
She
出
went
て
out
行
by
った
herself
よ
just now. Reading a letter. Letter? That makes sense. Covered son with a Twilight since it's all gone swimmingly for them. Might as well have left a letter so they could brag about even more. They've been so wrapped up in questioning Maria that we forgot to look for one. But even as we on where she was, why'd she leave the room all by herself in this dangerous match after reading it? Come at me. Jessica tried to chase after her and tugged at the door handle, but it resisted strangely and wouldn't open. Mom! Mom!
何これ
What's going on?
開けて
Open! Open! It was only natural. Actually, I picked up the candlestick, which Valor had thrown out of the wall, which had fallen to the floor. She had skillfully wedged it between the doorknobs on the double doors like a boat, keeping them closed. The intricate design of the candlestick meant it jammed well and formed a truly sturdy seal on the door. The tragic scream of a daughter for her mother. It reached out to his ears or not. The fuck is that? Natsuki was alone in the entrance hall. It was a place where the portrait of Beatrice had been hung. Natsuki threw down the final letter from Beatrice that she had read in the parlor. Ready to rifle again, and a voice that rang clear yelled to the massive space that was the entrance hall.
後ろ宮家代表
I'm Ushiromiya
後ろ宮
Natsui,
夏日です
representative of the Ushiromiya family.
姿を見せな
Show
さい
yourself,
黄金の魔女
Golden Witch Beatrice.
ベアトリーチェ
The entrance hall was dimly lit. Other than a faint light which shone on the center of the room, everything was blotted out by jet black darkness. In that darkness, butterflies glittering in gold squirmed, twinkled, and sneered. Natsuki gave one more huge gulp and pointed the cold barrel gun at the golden butterflies.
ようやく
At last,
姿を
you have
現しま
shown
した
yourself.
あなたのよう
I
な
still
存
can't
在
believe
本当に存在したの私は未だ
that
信
something
じ
like
る
you
ことが
really
できない
existed.
でも
But that
そ
isn't
れは
a
問題ではあ
problem.
りません後ろ宮家の代
Both
表であ
I,
ると
being
自
the
負
title
する
representative of the
私
Ushiromiya family,
後ろ宮家
and
の
you
当主を
claiming
引
to
き
see
継
the
い
head
だ
of
と
the
自
Ushiro
称す
family
るあなた
are here right now.
今この場にいるあなたが本
At
当
this
に魔
point,
女なの
whether
か
you're
ど
a
う
witch or
か
not is a trivial
今とな
problem.
っては些細な問題ですさあ決
Come,
着をつけま
let
し
us settle this.
ょう後ろ宮家を
Which
真
of
に
us should
包
succeed
む
the
者はどっち
Ushiromiya family?
この後ろ宮夏
Me,
日
Ushiromiya Natsui,
あなた
or
ベ
you,
アトリーチェか
Beatrice?
あなたの決闘
Come,
の
you
申し
recently accept your request for a duel.
謹んでお引き受けさせていただきます
The gold eyes formed a human shape which walked into the dim light. Natsui raised her rifle and glared. The witch raised her golden staff overhead and laughed. Natsui's finger slowly squeezed the trigger.
せーの
And go! Tyler made an all-out dash to the door, rammed it, crushing the candlestick which had been barring it, and making it possible a big gap to open the door. He kept kicking the candlestick through the gap, and the door was finally released. At that time, they heard it. They clearly heard just once the crisp sound of gunfire. Mom! Mom!
ジェシカちゃん、
Jessica-san,
一人で先走って
you
いけ。
can't run off by yourself.
今のは銃声だ
That
ぜ。
was the sound of a gun just now.
Natsukiおばさんが
And
撃ったん
Natsuki
だ。
just shot. At who? At the culprit. The noise had come from the entrance hall. The entrance hall looked like a stage. Like the heroine of tragedy lying down and bathed in light, arrayed in the beauty of that silence. And Natsuki was face up, crumbled on the floor. Half crazed, Jessica ran up to Aunt Natsuki. On her forehead, was a sparkling shard of pigeon's blood. Root had been placed there. And from a single stream of blood makeup passed by her eye and began to traverse her face. The faint smell of gunpowder smoke came to the barrel of the rifle, and Natsuki still grasped. Huh? Then she shot herself in the forehead? Why? I don't get it!
訳がわからない。どうしておばさ
Why
ん
did
は
Auntie
一人で
run
抜け出
away
して
alone?
どうして自
And
分
why
の
did she
光を
shoot
撃ち抜
herself
い
in
て
her
るん
own
だよ。
forehead?
マリアちゃん、
Maria-chan, and Natsuki read the letter before she left
手
the
紙を
room,
読んでから
right?
部屋を出たんだよね。手紙がない。
There's no letter here.
そう。
Damn it, what did she read
お
and
ば
why
さん
was she
は
let
何を
out
読ん
here?
で、どうしてここに誘い出されたんだ。
I don't know! Who cares about that? What the hell? Why suicide? Why? Why did you leave me alone? Jessica clung to her mother's corpse, crying earnestly. My body consumed by an anger I didn't know what to do with. I stole the rifle from Aunt Natsuki's hand and started out, pointing the barrel gun to the darkness of all sides, as though he was pointing a light from a lighthouse, trying to find the culprit. George Aniki, even in this situation, was trying to calmly figure something out, but that effort might have been doomed to futility. Maria alone was completely indifferent. Do you treat this as some kind of predetermined fate? No, that's not it. This is all a prelude to a wonderful world. The door to the Golden Land will finally open.
On
the ninth twilight, the witch revives, and none shall be left alive. And on the 10th twilight, the journey ends and shall reach the home of the gold. It's over now, Beatrice. Congratulations! Congratulations! Believe me, leave the gold land you told me of. Right now! There, all the dead will be resurrected, and even the love they once possessed will be revived. So in Maria's eyes, just as though all of today's tragedies never even happened. And all those days she spent deprived of love never happened either.
いい加減にし
Will
や
you
がれ。
cut that out?
何が楽しい。
What the
何
fuck
がおめ
about
で
what
た
to
い。
be congratulated?
この島には
There are
18人いた。
18 people on this island.
14人死んだ。
14 are dead.
残りは俺たち
Only
4人
4 of
だ。
us are left.
俺は絶対に死な
I'm
ねえぞ。
definitely not gonna die.
夜が明けるまで。
Till the night is over.
いや
No, until the typhoon passes and the sea goes down again at the harbor.
夏希場に
I'm
海の子たち
definitely
が帰
not
ってく
gonna
るま
die.
で俺は絶対に死なねえんだよ。生き残ってやる。
I'm gonna
生き残ってや
survive.
る。絶
I'm gonna
対。
survive, definitely.
よしなよバトラー。
Give it up, Valor.
ベアトリー
That's
チに
a
銃なん
meaningless
て
against
意味
Beatrice.
ないよ。それに
Besides,
生き残るも
survive
何
anything
も
else doesn't matter
もう
now.
おしまいなん
Because
だ
it's
よ。
over.
もう
The journey has already
旅は終わったんだ
ended.
よ。ほら
See,
時計を
look
見て
at the
ごらん。
clock. Huh? The clock? Hearing those words, I looked at my wristwatch. Both hands were almost touching near the top. Very soon it'll be 12 a.m. In other words, 24. When you think about it, isn't 24 a strange time? It can go at 2400, and it can also go at 000. The hour of the culmination of the previous day. At the same time, it is hour 0 as the next day begins. Beatrice! Maria suddenly called out happily and ran towards the darkness. It was almost as though Beatrice was somewhere in that darkness and Maria was running up to her. As I looked down the barrel of the rifle, Jessica hugged her mother's corpse. As George Aniki stood there shocked, he gazed into the darkness. Our eyes fixed just in front of Beatrice's portrait. And there, Maria leapt into a hug with the portrait's subject. You gotta be kidding me. This is ridiculous, impossible. This madness can't possibly... Witches don't exist. I won't accept it. Things like you must not exist because this is a human world. You think I could accept something that's not human? Never. I will never. I pulled hard on the rifle's lever. The cartridge was ejected, fell on the floor, and new cartridge was loaded. Then I sighted down the witch down the barrel. Mary turned around. Still clinging to the witch, she turned around.
だから意味なんてないって
Didn't I
ば
tell you it's meaningless?
ベアトリーチに
Your
鉛
blood
玉
bullets
な
are
んて
meaningless against
意味ないっ
Beatrice.
てばバカだね
Humans are so stupid, aren't they?
俺は魔女なんて認めね
I
えぞ
won't accept the existence of
貴
bitches!
様は誰だ
Who are you?
一歩でも動い
Just
て
try
みろ
one more,
指一本で
one
も動
step,
かしてみろ
just try moving one finger.
こいつをぶ
I'll
ち
blast you
込んで
away.
やる
Laughter of the witch, no, the witches, was joined by laughter of even the large clock in the hall. It was probably telling us that the time was 2400. It was both the tone telling us that we have reached the culmination of this day. It was both the tone telling us that we reached the culmination of this day, and the tone informing us that all had returned to nothing. The rules had specified the witch would win when time ran
バ
out.
トラー
Butler
ジョージお兄ちゃんにジ
ちゃん
ェシカお姉ちゃん
and Jessica One-chan.
旅は
Journey
終わ
has
って
ended, and the witch
魔女
has
は
revived. You see?
蘇ったよ
And none shall be left alive. The witch shall praise the wise and bestow 4 treasures. One shall be all the golden land's gold. One resurrects all the dead people's souls. One even revives all the lovely possessed. And one for the witch to eternally rest. Rest in peace, my beloved witch, Beatrice. Notebook pages in a wine bottle? The storm passed, and the leaden clouds that had enshrouded the island for so long began to clear. Something shone from the rifts between the clouds. This storm seems like a lie. Just as someone had wished, the seagulls returned to the harbor once again and let their lively cries be heard. Afterwards, the police arrived and conducted an investigation of the scene. The corpses of the children, who were believed to have survived until the very end, were never found. However, from the body parts that were discovered and the unimaginably gruesome nature of the scene, the police reports concluded that the chances of survival for any of the 18, including the children, were hopelessly dim. Just how gruesome was the banquet of the witch, and how beautiful was the golden land? Those tales are for them alone to tell amongst themselves. They had no tale for those who arrived after the banquet had ended. One can only but imagine what had transpired during the course of those 2 days. However, the witch was fickle. She made a point of leaving me out this tale, which had no need to be told and permitted to spread. A few years later, a strange wine bottle drifting on the waves on the side of a neighboring island was recovered by fishermen. Stuffed inside were tightly wrote notebook pages, turned forward with the edges with minuscule writing. Written there, was this tale? Be through these pages that people would first come to know the nature of the mysterious and real 2-day period that began October 4th, 2019. This incident would later be referred to as the Rokijima mass murders, or the 18 humans of Rokijima, but the later to run the word passed the story on under the name of the witch legend serial murder case. Lovers of the cult remain to be sorry as a result of their more ritual that sealed on saving sadly its rebellious mystery of the 2 days with their own interactions that spread wide far, having none of the interpretations arrived at the truth of the facts. What? Well, the notebook pages tell of this mysterious incident, they do not tell the truth behind it. Perhaps not even the writer of the notebook knew the truth. Perhaps she may have desired to know. What? Where's the writer's signature? Her name was Ushiguro Maria. Furthermore, as the police search part of Maria's body in the shutter, piece of her jaw, it was one of the rare instances where the owner of the body was able to be identified through dental errors. There are many parts that could not be linked to any specific person through Gru's the jaw could be extremely fortunate to find, but the jaw had been separated from his body. The considered change of right be hopelessly dim, even though the parts were not found out. They conclude the tale with the final paragraph of the notebook page that Ushiguro Maria left behind. By the time you read this, I would probably be dead, although there may not be a corpse. You have read this, please uncover the truth. That is my only wish. Ushiguro Maria, why the fuck? What? To this very day, the truth of which led to the serial murder case has not been brought to light. How is there more episodes? First game? Sake of Asmodee? Sake of Beelzebub? Sake of Mammon? What? Sake of Satan? Sake of Lucifer? Sake of Belphegor? Sake of Leviathan? What? Missing on the 20th, except the witch, prostrating himself, was like, except the witch, fuck, no. He denies the existence of witch. She invited him to go to, oh, thank fuck, Battler was not saying, fuck you, witch, though. The witch shall praise the wise and grant 4 treasures in the Gold Land. Then they choose to revive their souls, then the love they possess, because they desire cannot be gained from Mount Go, no matter how high. For George, his lost fiancé. For Jessica, her lost loved one. For Maria, the loss of her love. Rest in peace, Beatrice. May your slumber never be disturbed again. The winner of the Golden Witch, Beatrice. Of the 18, none solved the mystery of the Golden Time. All 18 died. When the sea was tried, none were left alive. Purgatorio.
Oh, みんな、海猫の鳴く頃にお疲れさん。
Hey everyone, good job finishing Umineko no Naku Koroni.
やれやれ。
Man, I certainly don't have a clue what was going on when the story ended.
つまりなんだ
So, just what happened?
あれは結局
Was that basically the bad ending where time runs out before the culprit can be exposed?
バッドエンドでしたってことなのか
Ew,
きっとバッド
definitely
エ
a
ンド
bad ending. Ew.
そうだね。1日目の夜
Each's
にマ
letter,
リア
which
ちゃんが
Maria
読んだ
Chan
ベ
read
アト
on
リ
the
ー
first
チェの
date,
手
she
紙
tells him not to solve the riddle of
自
the
分の
epitaph.
謎を解いてみろとちゃんと予告してたもんね。僕たちは
We were also busy trying to protect us, look for the culprit that we couldn't even take a shot
忙し
at
くて
it.
全然その謎に挑まなかったし。
そうですね
Yes, that's true.
ちゃんと
If
日
you had
々
actually tried to solve the riddle, I'm sure things would have ended differently.
違う結末もあっ
それはど
I
うか
wonder about
な。
that.
シャノンちゃんもお
Chan-chan,
疲
you did a
れ。
good job too.
お茶の給仕なん
You
て
have to
し
be
な
our
くていい
waitress
ぜ
and serve tea.
何しろここ
After
は
all, this is a rap
お
party.
疲れ様会なんだからよ。ひでえ目にあっ
As
た
a
も
group
の
of
同
people
士
have met horrible fate. Let's all get along and leech each
仲良く
other's
絆の舐め合いをしようぜ。
spoons.
ベロベロベロ。
ひでえ目って言ったらシャ
Shan
ノン
beats the
が
rest of us
ぶっ
hands
ちぎりだ
down,
った
doesn't
ぜ
she?
綺麗どころのキャ
We're
ラだ
such
か
a
ら
beautiful character, I thought she'd definitely survive into the very end.
一番最
She
初
was
に
killed right in the
殺される
beginning
し
on top of that.
しかもなんだ
Oh,
っ
what was
け
it?
顔面を
Have her
半分
face was smashed,
砕かれてたんだっけ最悪だよな
That's the worst.
そういうお
That was
役
my
目
role.
で
It was
した
so,
ら
there was no way around it.
仕方ありませんし
気にすることは
Son,
ない
there's nothing for you to worry about.
お嬢様方
There's
も
another final epilogue. You might letting others met with a considerably tragic end.
相当悲惨な最後を遂げられたようだしね
どうも
It seems that
そう
way.
みたいだね。なんだか
I can't remember seeing
全
this,
身を
this
食
horrible
いちぎ
picture.
られて
Telling
バ
my
ラ
entire
バラに
body
さ
to
れ
eat
た
a
みた
part
い
of
な
dismembered.
恐ろしい描写があったような気がするよ。
それを言ったら
Speaking of,
カ
don't
ノン
you
君
think
の最後
Anakin's last
が
moments
一
were the
番かっこよかった
coolest?
と思うぜ。返り討ちと
Even
は
though
い
he
え
had the tables turned on him, it was a showdown with the culprit, right?
俺らのよく
A whole
わ
bunch
から
of
ん
better
最
than
後
our
に
confusing
は
last moments.
すぐだ
結局
Though, in the end, I
何も
was no
判断
match
でき
for
ませ
her.
んでしたが
でも
Still, I think that Cannon's good death was a big hit.
大きなヒントになっただって
I mean, because of
あの
that,
せいで
it became clear that 19th person
19
existed.
人の存在が明らかになったんだ
そうだね。
Yes.
あの時点
The
で
time
は
everyone's
全
location
員
was
の所
obvious.
在が明らかだった。 だからカノン君を
But
殺
it's
せる
impossible
の
anyone
は
other than
未
some
知の
unknown
19人目し
unknown
かあり
person
え
to
な
kill
い。
Cannon.
おお
Ew!
マリアは最
I
初
did
から
say it was Beatrice in the
ベアトリー
beginning
チェだって
over
ずっ
and
と言って
over.
る
Ew!
信じた
I
く
don't
は
want to
ね
believe
えけ
it.
ど
That just proved the culprit was a
ベ
witch
アト
calling
リー
herself
チェを名
Beatrice.
乗る
そうですよ
That's right.
人にはで
There's
きない
some many strange
不
things
思
that
議な
happened
こ
which
と
is
がい
even
っぱいあ
couldn't
り
do.
ましたしエバおばさん
Ew!
の密
Only
室
a witch
殺
could do
人
things
と
like
か
anti
魔女に
evils
しか
locked
で
through
きない
murder.
人間には
A
できな
human
い
couldn't do that. Ew!
19人目が存
Not
在
only
す
is
る
that
こと
clear
が
that 90 person exists, but it's also obvious that this person holds a power that humans can't even
人
imagine.
間では考えられない力を持っているとなれば
In that case, I don't think there's anything wrong with calling this person Beatrice.
多分
Probably
僕
met
た
at
ちは
the
ラストで
very
出会っ
end.
ているよ。
Met with the golden witch. Yeah, you don't.
だからマリア
That's why I
は
kept telling
ベ
you
アトリー
Beatrice
チェがいる
exists.
ってずっと言ってみんなずっと信
It
じな
went
かったからダメだ
bad
っ
because
た
no one ever believed. Ew!
信じないと
Even
奇
one
跡
of my
は
witch
起きない
friends
って
says miracles won't happen
友
if you
達
don't
の魔女も
believe.
言ってる
Ew!
そうですね
That's right.
ベアトリーチェ
Beatrice
さん
Sama
は
is generous to those who respect her.
寛大だそうですし
マリア様
I
は
feel as if
恐ろしい
there
事
are
件
like
が
horrible
次
incidents
々
occurring one
と
after
起こってい
another.
る
Very Sama was in danger with
最後に
Beatrice Sama until the very
ベ
end.
アトリーチェ様の脅威からは外されていたように思いますマリアは
Mary
一
did
番
believe
の
in
最
Beatrice
初か
from
ら
the
ベア
very
トリーチェ
beginning.
を信じてたもんなでもそれじゃ
But then, so
同
did
じよう
Cannon
に
and the
信じ
others?
てたカノ
How
ン
do you
君
explain
た
why
ち
they
に
were
殺
all
された
killed?
のは納得がいかないぜ
それは多分 Beatrice Sama probably had her
ベアト
reasons.
リーチェ様なりのご都合
碑文の
They
歌
have
が
that poem represent
ベア
Beatrice
トリ
Sama's
ーチェ様
resurrection
の
which show
復活の儀式を
and
意
she
味
needed
す
many
るものなら
sacrifices.
大勢の生贄が必要だったその一人
Must simply
は
have to
ご指名をいただけたということなのでしょう
シャノンちゃんは
Chan-chan, you met a
ひど
horrible
い最後
end.
だったよ。せめて
At the very least, I
もう
wish
少
your
し
death could
綺
have been
麗
more
で
peaceful
安
and
らかな
pretty.
方法もあったろうに。
まあその
Well,
い
it's
た
not
だ
like it
くわ
hurt.
けじゃないですしそれに
Besides,
今はこう
you
し
can
て
see right now, I'm
全
perfectly
然
fine,
平気
so
で
don't
すから
worry.
へっちゃらです
Jan proved this by showing her cheek, which had been crushed during the story, and everyone laughed out loud, smiling.
でも
But if it's
こう
worth
言っちゃ
saying
な
this,
んだけど
I was sure the story would be in
僕
the
はてっ
standard
き
mystery
り
genre.
本格ミステリーだと思ってたからね。ファンタジーだと分かって
I'm really surprised to find
ちょ
out
っと
that it's
驚いてる
fantasy.
よ。遺産をめぐる
After
外
all,
界
story
から
revolving
隔
on
絶さ
inherent
れた
son
孤
of
島
Western
の
style
洋館
mansion
物
shut
なん
away
て
on S
推理
Island.
物の王
That
道
was
だ
a
と
classic
思って
bar
た
for
からさ。
mysteries.
ふーん
Ew!
ファンタ
It's
ジーじゃ
not
ない
fantasy!
ベアトリーチェは
Beatrice
言うの
exists!
え
Yes,
え分かっています
we know.
ベアトリーチェ様は
Beatrice Sama does
いらっ
exist.
そうですね
That's right.
ベアトリーチェ
Beatrice
様
Sama
は
does exist.
悔しいが
Can't admit it, but I've got no
認めざ
choice.
るを得ねえよな19人目の
There's
魔
always
女
a
の
knifing
会は
person, a witch was involved.
人間には不可
You
能
brought
な
up
こと
many things that
を
would be
いくつも
impossible for
やってのけて
humans.
る。劇中の僕
During
ら
the story, you
は
out
それを否定したく
all kinds of things tried to
て
deny
あれこれ
that.
と考えたけれども今なら
Now
は
I
っ
can
きり
say
言えるよ
clearly,
どれもい
each
ず
of
れ
them,
も
all of them were crimes
全て
impossible for a human.
人間には不可能な犯罪だった魔法の力を
Shines
使
would
い
cause to
こ
carry
な
out
す
unless it was a witch
魔
Beatrice
女
who
の
knew
ベア
all
ト
the
リーチェ
power
に
and
しか
magic
成
could
し得ない
provide.
犯行だよ
犯人は魔女
The
だ
culprit was a witch.
その一
That
点に
point
おい
is
て
perfectly clear.
何の曇りもねえぜベアトリーチェ様
Long
万
live
歳
Beatrice
ってわけだ
Sama.
みんな信じた
Everyone believed.
マリアは
I'm
嬉しい
happy. Ew.
神様も魔
Gods
女
and
も
witches might seem terrifying to
怖
people who
が
are
る人
frightened
に
of
は
them.
恐ろしい信じ
I think they must have
敬わ
affection for those who
人
believe and respect them.
きっと慈しみのある存在に違いないと思います
I think this is just as you say.
姉さんじゃあさ
So we're
せ
out
っ
then
かく
playing
殺
with
人
murder
事件ごっ
cases.
こは終わったわけだしここで気を
Now
取
it's
り
time
直
to
して
pull ourselves together and try out to solve the riddle of the
ベアトリーチェの
epitaph.
言う通り
It's like Beatrice
自
said,
分のこと
right?
に挑戦してみねえか
Ew. Agreed.
きっとベアトリー
Beatrice
チ
would
ェも
definitely be
喜ぶ
happy.
劇中で
We all
は
know the letter
みんな
during
無
the
視
story
して
after
たか
all.
らねあの手紙は
Even though it was thrust right in front of us, we almost completely ignored it.
なんだかかわいそうですね、ベアトリーチェ様。
I kind of feel sorry for Beatrice-sama.
自分のメモが
I have a memo with the epitaph on it.
みんなで
Let's all solve the puzzle. Let's all solve the puzzle.
物語は多
Story
分
probably went wrong
この時点から
ever
間違
since
って
that
たん
time.
だろうね。
そうかもしれま
That
せ
may
ん。
be so.
私たちは
We should have tried solving the epitaph's riddle with being like Beatrice-sama said.
自分の謎に挑むべきだったのかもしれません。
まあ
Well, it's a little late
なっちゃ
now.
ったけどな。今からでも再挑戦
Then
す
so
るって
let's try
こと
solving it now and see if the
魔
witch
女様
forgives
にも
us.
許してもらおうぜ。さ
Let's
自
go.
分の謎
Let's
に
try
挑
to
戦
solve
して
the
み
riddle
よ
of the epitaph.
何
Here we are.
懐かし
Behold, the sweet fish river running through my beloved home of old.
あゆの川。
Fine, I guess we're gonna play along. If we're going with the idea that it has to be on the island, then I guess this poem's point of view person won't be Kinzo? Well, it might still be Kinzo, but it's definitely referring to the home on this island. Zamir put her notebook and table and opened the page where the epitaph was written. Everyone peered closely at it and had fun and lively discussion and started guessing this and that about the riddle. Surrounded by the smell of the black tea and the freshly baked vanilla cookies, they spent the time comfortably and happily. Wait a second, you guys? Tyler said in a tone that ruined the mood. His expression looked a little unhappy. What can you not like about all this fun? I'm listening, guys, and why did you all stop thinking? Why are you all so sure that witch was behind all this? When you realize that stuff like that doesn't exist? Just those words, the happy atmosphere of the tea party disappeared in no time at all. George and Jessica, and Shannon and Ken, and Maria. All of them stared blankly, wondering why Ballard was saying such weird things. Even the foolish and angry battler noticed he had said the wrong thing. Come on.
明らかに
Think
人
that these
間
crimes
に
are
は
possible for
無理
a
な
human?
事件だったじゃないか。
そ
Yeah.
そうだぜ、
Yeah.
そうだぜ。どの事件も
None of the cases
人
would
間
have
に
been
は
possible
無
for a
理なこと
human.
ばかり。
そうですよね。
That's right.
だって人
After all,
間じ
wasn't
ゃ
it full of
説
things you
明
can
がつか
explain
ない
using
ことば
humans?
かりじゃないですか。
バトラ様が
I understand what you're saying,
何を言い出す
Battler
の
様.
か僕には分かりません。
I'm the one who doesn't have a clue what you guys are talking about. Isn't all this like humans commit these crimes? There's always no such thing as witches, right?
じゃ
Then,
あ、私が
What about
倉庫
when
の
I was
中
killed in
で
the
殺されて
storehouse?
た時、
something horrible was
顔の
done
半
to
分
my
をひどい
face.
ことにされていましたが、あれは人
The
間が
cover's
犯
human.
人なら
How could they
どう
accomplish it?
再現するというのですか？
Well, I mean,
どうやったら
hard to imagine how they could have done something that awful.
ちょっと想像はつかねえけどよ。でも、
But
あそこは
that
バラ
was
庭
the
園
Rose
の
Garden
倉庫だ
storehouse,
ぜ。
right?
きっと
Sure, there were
中
plenty
に
of
妙な
weird
道具
tools
と
in
か
there.
がいくらでもあっただろう。わかん
Don't
ね
ask
え
me,
けど
but
よ。
could use
例
some
えば
electric cool like grinder or
電
electric
の子と
saw,
か
couldn't
グライ
they?
ンダーとか、そんな電動工具でも使ったのかもしれねえじゃないか。
そう、
The-
それは
That's-
その、
じゃあバトラー、
Oh, okay, Ballard.
じい様が
Then how do
密
you
室
think
の書
Grandfather's
斎から
disappearance
消
from
え
locked
去
room
っ
of
てい
his
たのは
study?
どう説明するんだよ。扉は封
Grandfather's
印さ
disappearance
れ
was
てい
sudden
た
though
の
the
に
door was sealed,
じい
remember?
様は忽然と消え去ってたぜ。
その話
We talked about
は
that during the
劇
story
中でも
too.
出ただろう。じい様が
It's
何
not
らかの
possible that
方法を
grandfather
使
would
え
use some
ば
trick to fool the
レシー
receipts.
トをごまかすことは不可能じゃない。あるいは
It's also
窓から
possible that
出
he
て
went out the window or fell out
あ
the
るいは
window.
落ちた。
Not see, locked it from the inside.
夏代おばさんが窓を内側から施錠した可能性もある。別に魔
You think
法
of a
を使
bunch
わ
of
なく
tricks
たっ
you'd
て
use without relying on magic.
他にもいくつ
You
か
see?
手は思いつくだろうぜ。
そ
That makes sense,
そうだけどよ。
ならバトラ君、
In that case, Ballard-kun,
僕の母さんたちが
the way my
客
parents
室
were
の
killed in the
中で
guest
殺さ
room.
れていたのはどう説明するんだい？扉には
The
鍵
door
も
was
チ
sealed by the
ェー
lock
ン
and
もかか
chain.
ってた。無論窓も
Actually, the windows were sealed too.
どうやって人間
How
に
is just a human could have
母
killed
さ
my
んたちを
parents?
殺せたって言うんだい？
まあ、
Well,
確かに。
you're right. You
そ
can't
の
ever
トリッ
leave
ク
that
は
trick alone during the
劇中で
story.
も保留になったままだったな。とにかく
Anyways, there's a
犯
good
人
chance
は
the
鍵
cupboard
だ
had
け
the
は
key
持っ
at
てる可能
least.
性が高いからな。チェーンに許さ
You
れ
know,
る
is
程
it
度の
possible to look in through the crack
扉
of the
の
door
隙
that
間
the
は
chain
確保で
allowed?
きたわけだ。非常に苦しい
Extremely
話だが、
far-fetched.
そ
But
の
it's possible that
隙
some
間から
device was used through
何
that
かの仕
crack.
掛けを施した可能性はあり得るな。いや、
Maybe they brought something out through the crack?
その隙間から何かを出したとか。
Well, even though the chains are incredibly simple, they're a big factor in constructing the room.
密室を構成するでかい要素だな。だが、
Authors have done almost every possible locked room trick there is to do by
これ
now.
ぞやり尽くされてるんだ。そこいらの書
You
店
brought
で
us a few locked
密
room
室ミステ
mysteries
リー
that
を
from
数冊
some
買っ
books
て
or
くれ。
other.
どうせ
Probably find
ビンゴ
some
な
trick
ト
that
リ
would
ック
fit
が見つか
perfectly.
るだろうぜ。とにかく、
Anyways, I can't think of one now.
俺には思いつかね
I
え
can say
が、
for certain that a human can
ど
manage
う
it
に
somehow
か
if
や
they
りく
try
りす
hard
りゃ
enough.
人間にできないことはないだろうって断言できる。
Yep, true.
それはひどい暴論
Is
じゃ
that
ないか
argument
い。
horribly irrational?
説明できないのに人間に可能だと断言で
It's
き
just
るなん
ridiculous
て
to claim that it's
め
possible
ちゃ
to
め
do
ちゃだ
something,
よ。
even though you can't explain how.
何が
Why is
どう
that
めちゃめちゃなんだよ。
ridiculous?
兄貴たちは何
Why
を
did you
思
all
考停止
stop
してんだよ。
thinking?
一見でき
Even
な
if
さ
it
そう
looks
に見えて
impossible,
も
it has to be
ど
doable.
うせできるんだよ。それがお
Does it
約
always
束って
work
もん
like
だろ
う。めちゃめちゃなのは
Adler,
バトラ
you're
ー
the
の
one
方
being
だぜ。
ridiculous.
人間にで
You
きる
human
って
could have
な
done
ら
it.
説
Try
明
explaining
してみろ。
how.
できねえだろ。
You can't. Can you?
できなきゃすぐに
Just because I can't explain that immediately makes the culprit a witch.
その論法で言っちまっ
That
た
argument, all the unsolved
世
crimes
界
of the
中
world
の
would be
未解
resolved
決
by
事件
saying
は全部
a witch is the
魔女が
culprit.
犯人ってことで決着しちまうぞ。
バトラは問題をすり替えてるし、
Sidestepping the
何
issue.
も説明
Not
してない。
explaining anything.
マリアたちは
You're
人
saying
間
a human
には
can't
で
do
き
it.
ない。だから人
Therefore,
間
the
じゃ
culprit
ない
is
存
something that
在が
isn't
犯人。
human.
それが魔女
That
だ
something
と
is a
そう言っている。
witch.
なのにバトラは説明
You
でき
keep
ないけど
arbitrarily
魔
saying
女
that
はあ
witch
り
is
えない
impossible,
とか
even though we
一
can't
方
explain
的な決めつ
anything.
けで言ってる。まる
It's
で
almost
無
like
知な時
humanity
代
was
の
during
人
the
類
Dark
のようだ
Ages.
ね。地球が回ってる
Like the
は
shows
ず
are
が
claiming
な
that
い。
Earth couldn't possibly be
説明はで
spinning.
きないけど、宇宙が地
The
球
heavens
を
had to be
中
spinning
心
around
に
the
回
Earth,
ってる
even though
ん
they
だ
couldn't
と
say
言い
how.
張る愚か者のよ。
That kind of argument kind of
気
pisses
に
me
入ら
off.
ねえ論法だが。つまりお前らは
So
こ
this
う
is
言い
basically
た
what
い
you're
のか。
trying to say.
人間に
I
可
can't
能
understand
だ
how
と
a
説
human
明
could
でき
do
ない
it.
の。ベアトリー
Now
チ
you
ェ
must
であ
accept
る
the
ことを
culprit is a witch, Beatrice.
受け入れろってことかよ。
そこまで押し付け
It's
ている
not
わ
like
けで
we're
はありま
forcing
せん。
you.
ただ、
We were just
バトラ
wondering
様
on
は
what basis you can say such
何を
nonsense.
根拠にそのような世まいごとを。
よまいごとって
Nonsense.
な、
Hey,
なあ、俺ってさっ
is
きから
what
そんな
I've
に
been
変
saying
なこと
really
言っ
that
てる
weird?
か？おかしいのは俺
And
なの
am I
か？
the one who's crazy?
さっ
You guys are really starting to freak me
愉
out.
快だぞ。
バトラ様、
Adler-sama,
僕は
when I died in the boiler room,
自分
was
が
killed
死
by
ん
a
だ
19th
時
person who shouldn't exist.
ボイラー室で存在しないはずの19人目に殺されています。それが人間の仕業
You
だと
explain how a human could have done that.
説明できる。あの時
At the time, the
18
locations
人
of the
の
18 were
所在
well
は
known.
全員がはっきりしていました。にもかか
And
わら
so,
ず
I was killed.
僕は殺されている。
その件も
Talk
劇
about that
中
in
で
the
言って
story
る
as
ぜ。
well.
例えば、
Kumasawa
Kumasawa
Bachan,
Bachan.
for example.
カノン君がボイ
She
ラー
said
室
that
に
she
降
found
り
you
て
right
から
after
す
you
ぐ
headed down
後
to
を
the
追っ
boiler
たと
room,
言っ
but
て
for
る
all we
が、
know, that might have been a lie.
実は嘘かもしれねえ。一緒にボイラー室に
May have
入
entered
っ
the boiler
て
room with you and caught you by
不意をついて
surprise.
ぶっすり行っちまったのかもしれねえ。あるいは
Or maybe when you stopped in stepped in the boiler room, you accidentally get trapped. One might have been set up to hit you with one of those ice picks.
例のアイスピックが打ち込まれるように仕掛けられていたのかもしれない。何しろ
After all, this
焼却炉からは
sting of grandmother's body was coming from the
じいさんの遺体
incinerator.
が必ず誰か
It
がや
was
って
bound
く
to
るわけ
come,
だか
so all
ら
the cupboard had to do was set up a
仕
trap
掛け
and it
だ
would
け
be more than
施せ
possible for them to stay away from that
犯人
place.
はその場を
Create
離
an
れ
alibi for the time of your
カノン
death.
君の死亡時刻にアリバイを
ボイラー室のト
Talk
ラ
about a trap in the boiler room.
どんなのですか？
What kind of trap?
そうだよ。
That's right.
あの後
After that
すぐ
happened,
み
we
んな
all
が
immediately
ボイ
ran
ラー
over to
室
the
に
boiler
駆けつけ
room.
た。でもそんな変な
We
仕
didn't
掛
find
け
any kind
は
of weird
見
device
つけら
like
れなかっ
that.
たじゃないか。
さようです。
That is correct.
バトラ様、
Adler-sama. Leto-sama? What kind of truck do you claim I was killed with?
僕は殺されたというのですか？
いや、
Well,
それはわからね
I don't know that.
でも
But
とにかく
anyway, they must have pulled off
何
some
か
kind
の
of
仕掛
trap.
けをうまくやっ
Maybe
てた
someone was
な
lying,
あるい
or
は誰かが嘘をついてこうも考えられるぜ
or what about this?
そもそもあれは
Ken-kun, what
カ
if
ノン
the
君
whole
の
thing was just you
自
play
作自
acting?
演だったとかそうだ
That's it, you were
自作
play
自演
acting.
だイヴァおばさんたち
And
も
even
自作自演なんだよ
Yoshi, we're also play acting.
自分で密室を
They made the
作
locked
り
room themselves or only
死んだふり
pretending
を
to be
した
dead.
バトラー
A battler?
お前
Has her
さっきから
had been
頭大丈夫か
going all right?
冷たいお
Should I
飲み
bring
物で
some
も
cold
お
drinks?
持ちしましょうか
そこま
Don't
で
look at me
あ
with
れ
those
に
pitying
見ら
eyes.
れ
I'm
る
not
ほ
saying
ど妙
something
なことは
that
言ってねえだろ俺はあく
Just
ま
pointing
で
out the possibilities that could have
ト
been
リッ
used
クを
as
考え
tricks,
る上で
alright?
の可能性について言っただけだぜそれにほら
Look, isn't one of the
記
cliches
者が
Mr.
実は
Choice that
死んでない
victims
なん
aren't really
て
dead?
推理物のお約束じゃねえかよ
お約束って
Cliches?
つま
Okay,
り
so
カノン君が
when
殺された
Kanekun was
時
killed, we really didn't know for sure
確か
where
に
the
俺た
rest
ち
of us
全員
were.
の所在ははっきりしていたそして
I'll assume that
熊沢
Kumasawa
のばあちゃん
Ba-chan
の
wasn't
嘘は
lying.
ついてないとするでもそれは
But
生
that only
存
holds
者
true
だ
for
け
the
の話だ
survivors.
もし
If the culprit pretend to be dead, place themselves together, the real victims hide themselves,
姿をくら
and
ま
act
してい
out
た
on their
犯人
own
が
later,
別行動を
then
してい
everything
た
would
と
be
したら
explained.
全ては説明できる
I guess.
つまり
You trying to say
エ
that
ヴァおばさんたち
Eva
が
or
犯
one of
人
the
だ
rest
と
of them
言
was
い
the
たいわけ
culprit?
かでも
Dr.
お
Hanjo
ばさ
confirmed
ん
Edward's
たち
death
の
as
死
a
亡につ
doctor,
いては
remember?
南條先生が医者として判断してるぜ
そうです
That's right.
南條先
Dr.
生は
Hanjo checked all the victims.
全ての犠牲者について確認していますもしバトラさんの
Allo-sama,
説を
for your
採
theory
用
work?
するなら
Wouldn't Dr. Hanjo have to be one of the culprits
南
too?
條先生も犯人
ああ
Yeah,
そうだな
that's right.
南條先
Which
生
means
が
that
犯
Dr.
人の一
Hanjo might have been one of the culprits and faked
嘘
the
の死亡
proclamation of
宣
death.
告をしていたかもしれない
The
と
whole
考
story
えりゃ
changes.
話は変わってくるぜほら
See, that's also
これ
cliche
も
mystery
推理
novels,
物のお約
isn't
束
it?
じゃねえかよ
でも南條先
But
生
Dr.
も
Nanjo
殺
was
された
also
よ
killed.
と
About that,
そ
That's right,
南條
Dr.
先
Nanjo
生は
faked his
偽
death.
装師なんだ何しろ
I mean,
南
there
條
wasn't
先
anyone
生
except
以外
Dr.
に検
Nanjo
視
who
が
could
できる
examine
やつはい
corpses
ねえ
properly,
し
and everyone was really confused
あ
then
の時は
anyway.
もう混乱してる状況下だ本当に脈が止まってるかなんて
Didn't have any spare
の
time
ん
to
び
check
り
and see if
確
he
か
saw
め
the
てる暇も
pulse.
なかったぜこの論法なら
With this theory, any one of the dead
死者
people
は
could have
誰
been
だって歩き
walking
回れた
around.
ことになる
私たち最
You
初
know,
の
in the heart
6
of the six
人
of
は
us who had died in the
難
beginning to be
しかったん
that.
じゃないかと思いますだって
After all, the
シャ
shutter
ッ
was
ターを
closed.
閉められ
There
た
was a
上
padlock
に
that could have been opened from
内
the
側から
inside.
は開けられない軟禁状をかけられちゃいましたし
そうだぜ
Yeah!
その鍵
Mom
は
was
母
holding
さ
onto
んが
that
預かっ
key.
たじゃあ
So was
母
Mom on
さ
the
んも
cupboards
犯人の
too?
一
Oh, wait a sec. Okay, Battler, I think this...
最初の6人は
It was impossible at first to explain the case of Anaki's parents. The door was only locked on the outside,
なら
so they
内
could
側
have
から
opened
開
it
けら
from
れる
the
し
inside.
そうさ
That's right.
俺
After
た
we
ち
left
が
the
部
room,
屋を
maybe
出
they
た
jumped out the
後
window,
窓か
got
ら
to
飛
the
び出
boiler room
してボイ
first.
ラー室に先回りしたとか苦しいか
Is that too much?
あるいは
Or maybe Dr. Nandro made a mistake when examining the
検視
corpses?
を誤ったとかなほら自分でも言っ
Look,
て
he
た
said
ぜ
himself, right?
検視は
He said
誤
there's
信
a
率
very
が
high
高い
probability
と
of
か
making a mistake when examining corpses.
うまく偽装した
He
とか
disguised it well, or
身代わ
prepared
り死
something
体
a
を用
corpse
意
or
したと
something
か
and
で
faked their own
死を
death.
ごまかしたんだ方法やトリックはこれから
Let's
考え
see
る
the
とし
method
て
trick that exists for later.
と
And
に
you
かくとにか
see,
く
it's not that hard to deny
19人で
19%
否定するこ
existed.
とはそう難しいことじゃないんだましてや
Much less a
魔女
witch.
それだけは
At
断
least
じて
that much is
ありえない
completely impossible. I don't know
バ
why
ト
you've
ラ
been
がさっきから
trying so
なん
stubbornly
で
to say that
か
one of
た
us
く
is
な
the
にみんなの
culprit.
中に犯人がいるようにしたいのかわかんない
In
つまり
other
バ
words,
トラは
you want to suspect one of
親
your
族の誰
relatives?
かを疑いたいんだよね
そういうわけじゃない
That's not it.
ただその
Just, can't easily accept that neither
安易に
existed.
19人目を
Even
肯
one
定
did.
は
I
でき
think
ん
we
し
should construct our argument from the point of view that the
仮にい
culprit
た
was
と
a
しても
human.
それは人間だって見地からそれら全部
Which
を
is
否
something you
定
only
し
start
た
talking about in
最後の
desperation.
最後で
The very end, after
苦
everything
し
has
の
been
入れに出て
disproved,
くるの
that's
が
what I'm trying to
魔
say.
女だろって話をしたいんだ魔女なんてい
I mean,
るわ
come
け
on.
ないだろ
There's no way witches exist, right?
なんでさっきか
Why
ら
have
みん
you all
な
just been
魔
counting
女
yourself
が
within the
犯人っ
cult?
てこ ことで
Cover's a
少々
witch.
納得したがるんだ。そりゃ
I think it's great how your family love makes you hate the thought that someone close to you is a murderer.
でも
Is it alright just
それでごまか
brushing
しちま
over
ってい
like
いのか
that?
よ。 あれだけ大勢を
When
殺し
you want to
た
find the detestable
憎
culprit
き
who
犯
killed
人
so
を
many
見つけ
people?
出したいとは思わねえのかよ。兄貴だって
Anarchy, you want to avenge your
両
parents,
親の
don't
仇を
you?
見つけたいだろ。ジェシカだって
Because you want to avenge Candy-kun and Candy...
そして
Then you want to avenge
カノン君
Shannon-chan,
だって
right?
シャノンちゃんの仇を見つけたいだろ。シャノンちゃんだって
Shannon, you should at least
自
want to know
分
who
を
it
殺
was
した
that
のが
killed
誰なの
you.
か知りたいはずだ。なんでこう
I vote to surrender saying the culprit was a
魔
witch.
女が犯人ってことになっちまうんだよ。お前らさっき
What's
から何
wrong
なん
with
だ。
all of you? Foolish and short-tempered Balor tried to force his ignorance on the others by yelling at them. However, everyone just looked at him pityingly, silently watching over him. Then the wise Maria, oh my, laughed and pointed out Balor's mistake for him. We're just astounded.
バトラはさっ
All you've
き
been
から
doing is feeding us
支離
nonsense.
滅裂なことを
Thinking
繰
you
り
figured
返し
something
て
out,
は
Balor.
何か分かったような気になってるだけ。だから
So what?
それで
And
人間にど
how
う
would
や
a
って
human do it?
具体的には
Concretely.
そう聞くと決
Whenever
ま
we
っ
ask
て
you
バト
those
ラは
questions,
今は
all
思
you
い
say is,
つ
I
か
can't
ない
think
け
of
ど
anything
と
right
か
now.
何か
Or
の
with
仕
some
掛
kind
け
of
で
device
と
or
か
something.
抽
Using
象
abstract
的な
words
言
to run
葉
away
で
and
逃
evade
げ
the
たりお
topic.
茶を濁したりむしろ知
In
りたい
fact,
よバ
I
ト
want to
ラ
ask you, Battler.
どうしてベ
Why
アト
don't
リー
you
チェを
believe
信
in
じないの
Beatrice?
いるのに
She
どうして
exists. So why don't you believe?
いねえからだよ。
She doesn't exist.
魔女なんか
Witches don't
Ine.
exist.
いるわけ
There's
が
no
ねえ。
way. It was almost like a stubborn child refusing for no reason. Pitying gazes quickly blanketed Balor, but they didn't reach his stubborn heart.
まるっきり
You're acting totally just like a kid who can't have his way.
バトラ様
Balor-sama?
お気持ちはわか
Understand
り
your
ま
feelings,
す
but
が
ベアトリーチェ様は
Beatrice-sama does exist.
いらっしゃるのです。
バトラ君、
Balor-kun,
どうして
why don't
信
you
じないんだい
believe?
これほどまでに
How much
状況
circumstantial
証拠は
evidence
揃っ
there
てるの
is.
に。
説明
I
でき
don't
なきゃ
accept the
全
argument
て
if I
魔女なん
can't
て。
explain
俺
it.
はそんな論法は
I
認
don't
め
accept the
ね
argument that if I can't explain it, it's all witch.
え。どうして電球
You don't
が
know
明
how
る
a
く
light
なる
bulb
の？
shines. If you don't know the principle, does that mean it's
仕
all
掛けを知
magic?
らなきゃ全て魔法ってことになるの？違うだろ。
It doesn't, does it?
魔法じゃなきゃ
There's
説
nothing
明
that
が
can
つ
be
かないことなど
explained
存在
without
しな
magic.
い。魔女だの魔法だ
All
の
of this about witches and magic is
思考の放棄だ。
abdication of thought.
兄貴たちは
You just
わからない
surrendered,
事
gave
件
up
に
because you
屈
don't
服
understand
し
what
て
happened.
降参しただけなんだ。そうだろ。
I'm right, aren't I?
やっぱり
Well,
バトラだ
I'm
け
not
はどう
surprised.
しても信
It
じ
looks
な
like
い
you're the only one who's not going to believe no matter what.
誰か一人で
And
も
the
信
single
じな
person
か
who
った
believes
ら奇跡
the
は
miracle
起き
won't
ない
occur.
だから
So if you
バ
don't
トラの
rethink
そ
your
の傲慢な
theories,
思い
the
込み
miracle,
を改めさせな
the
きゃ
magic won't be
奇
completed.
跡が魔法が完成しないんだよ
なんだ
Now I see.
ようやく一旦
Finally
が見え
figured
て
it
きた
out.
ぜ。つまりお
So
前
in
ら
other
は
words, you guys want me to say the witch
魔女
exists,
様は
don't you?
存在するって言わせたいんだろ。全員が認
If
め
everyone
た
accepts
嘘
this
は
lie, it will
真
become
実にな
the
る。
truth.
そういうこったろ。
That's what this is all about, isn't it? Well, too bad.
ここばかり
This
は
is the
あい
one
に
place
く
I'm
だ
going
が
down to say too bad. That is
そ
no
いつは
goddamn good at
全
all.
然ダメだぜ。
I refuse.
お断りだ。お前らが俺
You
に
guys
そう
are
詰め
oppressing
寄る
me,
か
and
ら
that
こ
is
そ
exactly why
だ
it's
から
no
こそ
goddamn
全
good.
然ダメなんだ。
ふん
Why?
悪いが
Alright, but why don't you let me flip over the chessboard
も
one
う一回
last
鉄腕
time?
をひっくり返させてもらうぜ。魔女の存在を
If you
俺
want
に
to force
認
me
め
to
させ
accept
たい
that
ん
there's a
だ。
witch,
一
it's a really
番
easy way.
簡単な方法があるはずさ。それは
It's not the roundabout way of
人
saying
間には
humans
でき
can't
ない
do
か
it,
ら
so
魔
must be a
女
witch.
なんていう遠回しな方法じゃない。魔女が魔法
All I
で
have to
や
do
って
is
み
actually
せ
show it to me
た。
the way a witch did with
それ
magic.
を俺に見せる
The
だ
way
け
a
の
witch
話
did
なん
with
だ。
magic.
さらにだ。
Furthermore, what Maria said earlier is what will
さっき
really
マリ
take
アが
her
言った
grave.
ことが一番墓穴を掘ってる。誰か一人でも
She
信
said
じ
that
な
even
か
if
った
one
ら
person doesn't believe, a
奇跡
miracle
は起き
won't
ないって
occur.
な。真の奇
The
跡
real
は
miracles happen whether people
誰が
believe
信
in
じ
them
よ
or
うと
not.
信じまいと勝手に起こる。たとえ俺一
Even
人
I
が
alone
信
don't
じな
believe.
かったとしてもだ。だからこ
So
そ
any miracles or magic or
俺
witches
が
that
信じ
exist
れば
only
成
because
立
I
する
believe in
奇
them
跡
are
も魔
downright
法も
lies.
そして魔女も嘘っぱちだってわけさ。
An uneasy mood following Balor's inner rant. was thoughtfully blown away by a very refreshing and light laugh. Whose laugh? I was surprised by the voice, which he had never heard before. He looked at George and Jessica, at Shin, Cannon, and Maria. He noticed that they had suddenly gone respectfully silent. Oh shit! Beatrice! Wonderful! I haven't been able to meet such a charming human for quite some time. Who are you? So, you don't even know the host of the tea party to which you were invited. Simply wonderful. You are graced by the presence of the golden witch who has lived for 1,000 years. Beatrice-sama. Her narration sucks. I'm most honored to see you, Beatrice-sama. Please forgive Balakun's ranting. This guy's a stubborn and he doesn't understand the situation he's in. It is fine. After 1,000 years, most witches get tired of living. Once in a while, it is nice to meet a man with a backbone such as yourself. It is quite an honor to be present when Beatrice shows herself, Bella. Now this is some shit. You're really that desperate to make me believe that a witch. And 19th person is the cult. Starting to get interesting. It's no goddamn good. Must be an illusion of the witch Beatrice who's asserted by Maria and the others. Only when everyone believes in her existence will finally be allowed to exist. You're that kind of fictional being, right? That's why you want to make me believe too. You can't exist because I alone don't believe in you. Isn't that right? Your power of understanding isn't bad for a common mortal who knows nothing of magic. I see. And you're born with a strong magic resisting power. The natural enemy of us witches. No matter how much we tip you upside down and shake you, you will never believe in us. Therefore, magic will fall short against you. That view yours makes a great deal of sense. I've got no clue what you're saying. Very kind of you to go all the trouble showing yourself to us. I don't believe you exist in the slightest. True that many strange things happened during those 2 days. Like Maria said earlier, even though I think that all the tricks can be explained, I still can't lay out the private details of each one. That doesn't mean I'll surrender. I'm different from the rest of them, see? I've never argued that it was the work of a witch just because I can't explain it. My interest in you grows deeper. It would be worth my time to break you. You're just the kind of man I'd love to force into praising my name. You're just the kind of man I'd love to force into kissing my toes. Talk all the nonsense you want. Deny you exist. All of the events can be explained with human tricks. There's no room for even a speck of magic or witches. Wonderful. This is the perfect version from 1,000 years of boredom. Let me ask you this. A short while ago you said that using the crack in the door would be sufficient to kill Eva and Idiochi, right? Except now that you do that using your human tricks. Only jumping right into the toughest part, are you? I mean that this is the trick you're proud of?
ってことなんだろ。真犯人。
Miss Real Culprit? What? What? I'm sorry, what? Beatrice shook her golden pipe, and 7 colors of generous smoke trailed out at the end. The smoke quickly obscured the surroundings, and they were suddenly in the hallway of the mansion. In front of their eyes, a slightly open door secured by a chain. Yes, it was the entrance of the room where Eva and Hideyoshi had been killed. A nice trick? Now then, show me what you do to the small crack, Battler. Okay. They probably had some device to shoot those ice picks. If they use that, how would you aim at Eva over on the bed when you can't see that far through this crack? But how would you reach Hideyoshi in the bathroom with the door shut? Damn it. There is a crack. Should be some way. If you can't think of one, allow me. Oh? But how would a great witch do it then? Let's see your little trick.
バトラ、
You're being rude to Beatrice. It's fine. Quite fine. What a charming man. It'll make all the more enjoyable to break him. You really want me to kiss your toes that much, huh? What, that your fetish? Only if I surrender. But watch, I'll definitely expose a trick that'll make you kiss my ass instead. Oh, is that your fetish? Fuck you. Eat. What a charming man. I shall remember that promise. Weak witches kiss the behinds of demons to gain power. Because there's no greater oath of total submission. The words like those that give me the desire to subjugate you. Paying no mind to Balor's crew ranting, Beatrice once again waved her golden pipe. Yes, for that golden pipe was her precious magic wand. Come, arise, children. I am the guide of purgatory. Note the 7 stakes which are gave the deadly sins. Guided by those magic words, which sound like 7 stakes gathered. They were the stakes of the 7 demons symbolizing the deadly sins of sinful people. Beelzebub and Asmodeus. Come, forgive their sins. Release the spirits of the sinners. What? Stakes of Beelzebub and Asmodeus respond to Beatrice's call. 2 demonic stakes burst into motion like billiards while struck by a cue, were sucked in through the crack of the door. Thinking the sound of them deflecting repeatedly off the walls of the room, making it sound like a woodpecker. Finally, a pleasant sound could be heard. It was the smallest satisfying sound that one heard when someone is chopping firewood and the falling axe neatly and easily disassembles the wood. It was the sound of the 2 stakes burying themselves deep into Eva and Hideyoshi's forehead. Right through the middle. I want to see. I definitely heard 2 sounds like someone's forehead being split open. Balor was able to see it since he was on the other side of the door. Those 2 had died again, and this second time they lay not an inch apart from where they had lain the last time, with the exact same blood spray as before. You must be crazy. This is insane. You can't kill people with this insanity. I most certainly can. I can kill them just like this. Suddenly, they were no longer in the hall, but seated at the tea bar they had started from. Everyone but Balor was sitting meekly. The cannon was moaning, fresh blood dangling from his mouth. Just bad manners for a tea party. Satan's stake was buried deep into Cannon's chest. Cannon-kun?
カノン君カノン君
Cannon-kun! Damn it! I was the only one getting agitated. George, Jessica, Shannon, everyone else was meekly hanging their heads like students being told off by the teacher. Cannon, you're captivated by trifling anger and try to disturb my banquet. Your deadly sin is being easily captivated by anger. Punch yourself, regret, and do it over. Sama. Beatrice-sama.
どうかお許しください。
Give him.
カノ君
I
は
think
十分
Cannon-kun
に
has
反省した
repented
と思い
enough.
ます。
Wonderful. I'm doing to those who respect me. Cut the crap!
こんな三
One
本
thing
芝
for
居
saying that this piss will show theatrics will eventually of your sorry existence.
何が千
Like
年
how
を生き
you're
た
a
魔女だ
thousand-year-old witch.
てめえのトリ
Your
ック
tricks aren't a thousand-year-old. Eventually they culminate from 100 years of cliches that the mystery world
ミステ
created.
リー界が作ったお約束の累積上にあるだけだ魔法なんか
They're
じゃ
not
ね
magic.
え断じて
No
ね
way are they magic.
事件の
All of
全
these
て
crimes can be explained with
人
human
間とトリックで
tricks.
説明がつく
You explain my 1,000 years with 100 years by humans. Good, good. That's why I like you.
愚かなバト
Foolish
ラ
battler.
よすんだ
Stop yourself, battler-kun.
ベアトリー
Get
チェ
yourself
様
with someone you
に
can't.
いけ
After all. Jan started moaning, holding her cheek. Perhaps she had a toothache. It didn't look anything like a toothache. A slight redness spread across the cheek Shannon was holding. It looked like the redness was causing Shannon unbearable pain. She started to press her nails in her cheek and drops of sweat appear over her body.
シャロン
Shannon! Shannon!
しっかり
Hang in there! Hang in there!
どうしたってんだよ
What's going on?
そう
Damn it, what the hell is that red
こ
stuff?
の赤いのは
It expanded rapidly, covering half of Shannon's face. Then the stupid dunce battler finally realized.
頼む
Please, Battler-kun!
ベアトリーチェ
Please
様を
believe in
信じてくれ
Beatrice-sama!
故障だ
I
から
beg you! Because you
君が
won't
信じ
believe!
ないから信
Because
じ
you
ない
won't
から
believe!
魔法が
The magic is wearing
溶けて
off!
しまう
For the first time in his life, Balor heard that sound, like a pomegranate splitting. The red display even landed on Balor's face. How sad. Shannon's face had been split in half. And our last horrible moments that story had been repeated once again.
シャロン
Shannon! Shannon! Damn you! Damn you!
くそくそやめろ
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
シャを恥ずか
Don't
しめる
humiliate the dead! Don't humiliate the
シャを恥ずかし
dead!
めるな
This time, red patterns began to spread across George's entire body. It was like a beautiful cloud drawn by milk when it's poured into black tea. They slowly spread out and extended across his entire body. As they grew more saturated in color, they seemed to give George increasingly greater pain. Looking at these bizarre patterns, Balor was petrified his friendly thought with his pitifully clumsy imagination of the nature of the strange death that George and others had experienced. For long, that redness reached to the nearby Jessica as well. Stop! Stop! Stop!
兄貴が
What did
何をした
Aniki do?
ジェシカ
What
が
did
何を
Jessica
した
do?
もう
Just
や
stop!
めろ
Don't let the witch break your spirit. Deny her, erase her. As long as at least one person denies her, she's an illusion that can't exist! Are you okay, Jessica? What? Aniki? George was no longer shaped like a person. Looked like a pile of leftovers meat after the good, delicious meat had been scraped off to be cooked. The only shape left of him this time was being with the shape of his lower jaw and his rib cage. It was clear that Jessica, who was covered with a steady, strengthening redness, was approaching the same fate.
Battler. Quick, well, even Beatrice. If he does, everyone's magic will wear off.
Maria, it's all over your body too.
I resurrected all the dead with my magic. But as long as I believe, the magic will hold no true power. But I'm sure that man of your caliber won't be broken by something like this, right? Battler! We didn't want to doubt our friends! We refused to face reality and gave in to the witch! But I know you! I know you won't! Give in to that witch!
Jessica! Outside, Jessica met the same end. Just like George, she ended up with Butcher's leftovers. Broken apart, melted, and all mixed up. You couldn't tell which was George and which was Jessica anymore.
Battler, don't cry. He just resurrected the dead over and over. So there's nothing to be sad about. So, even if we die, we're still just...
Rennis began eating into the whole of Marie's body. When he saw this, the foolish batter screamed out loud. You bitch! You won't get away with this! I'm not gonna forgive you! Because of a witch? You call this magic? Now you with my every last fiber of my being! I don't care what happens. There's not a chance in hell I'm ever going to accept you! Don't mean as anything that bad. I'm gonna make sure you get what's coming to you! I'll get you for this. You're gonna pay for this! You're going to fucking pay! You're gonna regret making use of me a Battler, your enemy! No matter what! I don't know what's about to think. I'll split it with all with humans! I'll erase every cell of you from this world! You speak well, Battler. That's the kind of thing that convert me from my 1,000 years of boredom. Come, explain. Try explaining it all with your so-called human tricks. And learn how lowly humans are. Let's see you try to use what humanity has put up in 1,100 years. Suppose my 1,000, I mean. It will make forcing you to submit all the more enjoyable. So, tell me, Battler, what about Maria's letter? How the 6 were killed. The shutter. The receipt seal. Ava let the shit out of that one. The locked room with the chain. Cannon in the boiler room. Genji and others in parlor. Natsui's suicide. The riddle of the epitaph. Location of the hidden gold. Come, Battler. Why don't you show me the power of humans? What sort of tea should I prepare next? You have free choice of any brand that ever was through the ages. Dried plum tea. Those dried plums that go for 200 yen a pack. Those dried plums that go for 200 yen a pack. For 1,000 years I've been found block tea, but I did not know of such a thing. I'm never tired of living in this world. Beato, you don't have to display such hostility. I am just a wandering witch. I didn't come with the intention of violating the rules of your territory. There's not even a sliver of hostility. I'm just terribly concerned about seeing that the legendary witch, Lady Burncast. You misunderstand. I am powerless. Before a witch such as you, with the dreadful power to kill a person 100 times over, I am completely powerless. That powerless witch. That power is like because it's a power that none can approach is what is truly terrifying. After all, you fended off the great witch, Lady Lambda Delta, as a lone piece. I only won a contest of endurance. You simply got tired. That's not what Lady Lambda Delta said, though. Too much humility can be unseemly, Lady Burncasto. The power to kill a person without fail. However, there is no such thing as without fail in this world. Just as, no matter how many times you divide 1, you can never make it 0. That girl has the power to bring that closer and closer to virtually 0. Give rise to a virtually absolute certainty. I hope I never have to fight such a terrifying witch again. However, you have a power that manifests without fail, except for 0. Although you say there's no such thing as without fail, in this world you possess an infallible power yourself. How very terrifying. The power to kill a person endlessly. I think you're the more terrifying one. Such jests! From your point of view, mine is but a trifling power. Praise flattery get you nowhere was made for this situation. Odd payment for my stay here. I am a fleeing traveler who crosses Kakera? Fragments, continually running from boredom. I suddenly came around because I've heard that you started something interesting. Rest assured, I will leave at my own court as soon as you start to bore me. I am deeply and humbly delighted at the great Lady Burn Castle. Oh, as an observer. And so, your impression? Lambda Delta is terrifying because of her cruelty. However, she was a girl I could understand. You do just possess affection, but I can't understand you at all. That's why you're much more terrifying than her. I am fickle by nature. You forgive me. Besides, I also believe you enjoy trusting fate to the roll of fickle dice. Is that not so, Lady Burn Castell? When I roll the dice, I have a roll I clearly want to get. Unlike you. You, on the other hand, anticipate all outcomes. And whatever the roll might be, you're never disappointed. Whatever roll the dice show you, you are satisfied without fail. In that sense, you far surpass me. You're one I really don't want to fight with. Inside of you, there's nothing but zero. That's why I can't win against you with my power. The worst matchup. Perhaps Lambda Delta, on the other hand, has a good matchup against you. Since she would likely be able to kill you endlessly. Your endlessness. Truly, tea is best drunk in the company of a witch. It's never boring. Good to hear. Boredom is a soul poison that can kill me. So don't kill me, alright? Lady Beatrice, Endless Witch. If you is such as your wish, I shall show you an even better time. In that case, wouldn't it be best if I brought the next chessboard in right away? Seems that the next day would do more for you than a refill of tea. Just, wait a moment. Oh, shit. Hi, Bernie. Something troublesome seems to have taken a liking to you. I really like to lend you my power. But as you just heard, that girl's power and mine have a very bad matchup. Unfortunately for you. But you really are so pitiful. I'll help you out just a bit. First of all, about that girl. She does have an existence that goes by the name of Beatrice, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she is a woman with an individual body. Do you understand what I mean?
つまり
In other words,
あれは
she's
人間
not
の
some
誰
human.
かじゃないこの世界の
Her
ルール
existence is a part of
は
the
擬人化した
connotation
存
of
在
the
だ
rules of this world.
あの子を
To
倒
beat
す
her,
に
you have to expose the rules
こ
of
の
this
世界
world and
のルー
unravel
ルを
them.
暴きそれを解きほぐさなければならないそれは例え
This can be likened to learning the rules of chess
ル
by
ールを知
watching
ら
a
な
few
いチェス
games.
を観戦しながら学んでいくようなものまずはチェス盤を
First,
見渡
take
し
a
な
good
さ
look over the chessboard
いそして
and notice the
駒
movements and the
の
rows
動
of
き
the
と役割
pieces.
に気づきなさいそして
Then, look for
あ
the
の子の
conditions
ゲーム
required
の
to
勝
win
利
at
条
her
件
game.
を探りなさいそれらが暴
When you
け
eventually reveal all these things,
そこ
her
にあ
heart
の子
will be
の心臓が
exposed.
さらけ出されるあとは
After that, you can rip it apart or crush it as you
思い
please.
のまま私も気前がいいわ
I am
ね
being quite generous.
かつて人の
Back
身
when
で
I was once human, it took me 100 years to realize even this much.
気づくのにかけたのにこれは
This is my meager
ベアト
farewell
に
gift
囚
to
わ
you,
れ
the
た
pitiful
哀れ
one
なあな
captured
た
by
への
Bito.
ささやかな宣
It
伝
is like a single
さ
spoon.
ながら一本のスプーンスプーンがスー
A
プを
spoon
飲む
can
の
be
に
used
使
for
う
more
だけ
than
じ
just
ゃ
drinking soup.
あなたを閉じ
You
込め
use
る
it to dig
赤
through the
道を
prison
掘
you're
り
locked
抜
in,
き
or as a weapon to
魔女
gouge
の
the
目
witch's
玉を
eyes
え
out.
ぐる武器にもなるもちろん
Of course, you can also use a spoon to continually sip the watery soup inside
水
your
のような
eternal
スープを
prison.
延々とすすり続けるのにも使えるだろうけど勘違いしないで
Don't
ほ
get
し
the
い
wrong idea. I have no intention of becoming your
あなたの
ally.
味方のつもりはないということあなたに感情
I
移
do
入
feel
を
empathy
する
for
け
you,
ど
but I won't
あな
help
たの
you.
手助けはしないあなたが
It's like how someone sitting in front of the television
そ
cannot
の向
reach
こ
the
うの
characters
人
on
物
screen
に
no matter how much they yell at them.
届かないのに似てるわだから私が魔女だ
That's how you can tell I'm a
わかる
witch.
でしょ
You see,
私は
I intend to join the
ベ
endless
アト
tales
が
that
これ
Bito is
から
going to weave
紡ぐ
until I tire
無
of
限の
them.
物語を飽きるまで楽しみつもりでも
But I'm sure that
きっと
alone
それ
won't
じゃ
hold my
飽きちゃう
interest.
からだか
That's why I lend you my
ら
power.
あなたに力を貸す私が飽き
It's also that I don't get tired of this.
私は
I am the cruelest
世
witch
界
in the
で
world.
一番残酷な魔女なのどんな相手で
No
も
matter who the
絶
opponent
対
may
に
be,
屈服させ
I'll absolutely make them surrender.
無限の魔女
Even it's Beatrice,
ベア
the
トリー
endless
チェであっ
witch.
たお前も私の
You
駒
are
に
my game piece.
せいぜい頑張
Give
り
it
な
your
さい
best shot.
あの子の目を
I'll
盗
give
み
you advice sometimes,
時折助
out of
言を
her
与え
sight.
るわ私を退
Don't bore
屈
me.
させないでね
Okay?